So in my last video, I started my Road to Challenger series, but then I went on a massive losing streak. Firstly, dropping down to 47 LP, climbed back up to 200, and then dropped back down to 23 LP. But then finally it clicked. In my last 20 games, I climbed from 23 LP all the way up to 516 LP Challenger. It says Grandmaster right now, but as soon as the ladder updates, it will be Challenger. And in those 20 games, I only bot forward 3 times, a 17 top 4 rate, and we had an average placement of 2.7. So what was the strategy I used? Well, that is what this video is all about. So in those 20 games, I played Xayah 13 times out of 20 with a 92% top 4 rate. The Xayah comp was the secret to climbing. It was basically the astral opener into Xayah. In fact, 2 of these 5th places were not even Xayah games. I think it was like an Olaf game and like a 6 Whisperer game. Oh, it actually shows you. So in this one, I went, I played Olaf, and then this one was a 6 Whisper game. So to quickly summarize the strategy, it's basically an astral opener for the economy, which allows you to fast 8 using item holders such as Varus or Nidalee. You can also use Ezreal or Twitch because they give you Swift Shot alongside Varus. Varus is usually the best item holder in my opinion though. And because the way Astral works, it gives you a ton of Astral units, and so you don't have to roll to upgrade your board, you just upgrade them naturally, which really stabilizes you in the mid game. I know this is a strategy that Soju talks about. He thinks this is the best way to climb right now, and well, I 100% agree with them. It is working fantastic for me. So anyway, for this video, I'm going to go over my final game that got me to Challenger. I end up going 2nd in this game, so it's not the perfect high roll, but I get a pretty good start with the Astrals, and I play like this tempo Astral style, which is what I prefer doing, is actually playing Astrals more of a tempo strategy rather than a full loss streak, because I think it's really difficult to full loss streak the all of stage 2 with Astrals, considering you get so many natural upgrades. So stage 1's pretty simple. You just buy as many of the Astral units as you can. Here we get double Vladimir, instantly pick that up. We also pick up the Ezreal. So Ezreal is a Swift Shot, so he pairs well with Varus if you manage to hit Varus, and also picking up Bruisers is pretty good because obviously Skarner's a Bruiser, so Bruiser pairs well with Astrals as well. So those kind of the units you're looking for with Astrals. So here we go, first augment, we got Pandora's Bench, not really good in this comp. We get Better Together, Decent, and Metabolic Accelerator. So we just hit a Vladimir 2, so Metabolic doesn't really make sense because there's a high chance we're going to start winning. So I decided to go with Better Together, which is good, really good, because it gives you the best item in the game in Protector's Vow, and boom! Just like that, we hit the 3 Astrals, which is perfect. We got the upgraded Vladimir. We kept the Dianas on the bench in case we got a, I think it's Assassin Crown, gives us a Diana, and then imagine if we had a 2-star Diana at 2-1. Anyway, we have the decision here to level up. We decide not to level up because Ezreal 1's not going to really do anything. You know, none of these units that we put in is going to really do anything, and we prefer to increase the odds of us getting a Skarner and Nidalee, and we do that by not leveling up. On top of that, if we win the first round, we can sell everything on our bench to make 10 gold. Now, it is an Ezreal pair. We could keep the Ezreal pair and, you know, if we really want to go for the win streak, but I said, screw it, I'm making 10 gold here. We get the win and we make 10 gold. We're in a pretty good spot. What's our next shot? We hit the Skarner. Do we get the upgraded Skarner? No, we do not. So since I won the first round, I decide to level here to try and keep the streak going. May as well. We got nothing else really better to put in, so we just put in another Skarner. Unfortunately, we get matched up against another Astral player who hit Lux with JG, and she kind of just one-shot my whole team, and so we lost the round. In the next shop, we hit a couple of Bruisers. Definitely putting in Jax over Skarner gives us Bruiser. Bruiser, like I said, really good to pair up with Astrals. We also get the pair of Malphites, which we will play over Jax if we hit the Malphite 2. We then win the next round fairly comfortably. Onto carousel, make a mistake here. I thought I had a belt on my Varus, so I went for Sunfire, but turns out I actually had a chain. I messed up pretty bad. On to the next shop, we get the upgraded Skarner, we get another Skarner as well, and we also hit the Varus. And you can see why I prefer playing, you know, Astral's more tempo style, because it's kind of hard to lose streak, like I said. So now looking at the star levels, we've currently got 6 Astral star levels in at the moment. Now, the threshold you really want to reach is a 7. And the reason why it is 7 is because you start getting Varuses, and Varus is just so good at stabilizing you in the mid game. I should have placed Ezreal. I should have just sold this Nidalee and played Ezreal over Nidalee, because the difference between 5 and 6 is not that big, and so we don't have enough to get 7 in, so we may as well just play the Ezreal over Nidalee and then put the bow onto Varus. I think I decide to do that next round. Next round we hit a pair of Luxes. We get one from the Orb and one in the shop, so I decide to make the switch from Nidalee to Lux. Anyway, the final fight of stage 2, we managed to win, keeping us on a 3 win streak going into Krugs. What do we get? Another Lux? No, just 2 gold. We really want this Lux upgrade because it will buff us up to 7-star Astrals, which is what we really want. So here we go, stage 3-1. We're on a 3 win streak, and I'm considering whether I level or not. Generally, if you're on a 3 or higher win streak, it's pretty good to level here on stage 3-1 to try and keep the streak going. If you're under 3, I don't think it's worth leveling, but I do decide to level. It's a pretty big power spike because we do have the Twitch. It gives us Swift Shot as well, and we can still make 30 gold. So this was definitely correct to level here, and boom, we managed to keep the streak. For our 3-2 augment choices, we get absolutely terrible choices: Featherweights, Bruiser Crest, and Scope Weapons. Boom! We get the upgraded Lux, which is huge. It gives us 7-star Astrals, which is what we're looking for. I have to re-roll this, and we get even worse choices: Titanic Strength, Dragon Imperialist, and Luden's Echo. Dragon Imperialist is not bad in our late game comp once we hit Shyvana, but it does absolutely nothing for us now. So in the end, I feel like my only option is Luden's Echo. It's not that good, but we pick it up. And there it is. We keep the streak going. 5 win streak now. Next shop is a bit of a high roll. Double Twitch. We get the upgraded Twitch. And we get Lux as well, which we can sell to make 50 gold. So now we're at 3-3. We're level 6, 50 gold in a pretty good spot. So we won that last round, keeping the streak. And onto the carousel. We're looking for Rod, but there's no Rod to make the Rage Blade. And we got some pretty awful choices. That gets taken as well. And we're just left with Cloaks. I could have taken the Varus for a potential 2-star Varus, which may have been correct, but I just took the highest cost, which is a, what's her name? Nyla. Okay, let's see what we get from our orb. Oh, we get punished. We would have had a 2-star Varus with Runan's Hurricane. It's pretty good. It's pretty standard to level here on a win streak and remaining above 30 gold. I actually decide to roll because I'm trying to put in a mage or find a mage. We hit the 2-star Varus anyway. Perfect. We still did not hit the mage. I decide to roll again because we'll stay over 30 gold. And what the heck is this? We hit a Yasuo. We don't hit a mage, but we hit a Yasuo. And also we've got a cloak and sword, so we can make BT, and BT is fine on your Jace in the Xayah comp, so I decided to slam BT, and it's obviously one of the best items on Yasuo, and let's see if this is enough for us to win. This fight was very, very close. I thought I lost, but somehow my Lux just clutched it out of nowhere. What is this? Oh, my Lux MVP. We 8 win streak into Wolves. Very good position. We're level 750 gold. Actually, level 760 gold if you count all the gold on the bench. We also pick up the Hecarim and the Rakans because we know they're likely going to be in the final comp. We get a chain and we get a Zeke. So we slam the chain to give us Protector's Veil. Remember, we got better together, so aura items are super good. We also get a Zeke's, and because we got better together, I decide to slam the Zeke's as well. Now we're on an 8 win streak, and I think previously or a few months ago, a few weeks ago, I would have leveled to Xayah to try and keep the streak, but you can see we won't have much gold left over, and so I decide to not level here and just to play it a little bit more conservatively. The reason being is if I level to Xayah, I'll only have like 10 gold, and what am I really putting in? And if I lose the round on top of that, I won't be in a good spot. Anyway, we end up winning the round anyway without leveling. We get Sunfire board. We have no anti-heal, so I decide to take the Sunfire board. Now we hit the Rakan. And so with this, I decide to actually level up because I may as well play a Rakan too, and we may as well try to keep the streak, and we're still going to be fairly rich. We don't have to roll at all. We've got a very strong board. We've got a Yasuo already. We've got a Varus too. We can easily keep the streak with this board. I decide not to roll, and I'm probably going to roll at 4-5. Unfortunately, this next fight is so close, but what is this, Graves? I cannot believe it. We lost the round. So I am last pick on carousel and get left with complete garbage. We still don't have Rage Blade Xayah. This makes a Jax 2 as well, but we're level 8, 50 gold. It's time to roll. It's time to hit the Xayah comp. We hit the Hecarim, we hit the Sejuani, we hit both of them 2-star. We still haven't hit the Xayah. I hit another Varus, so we could potentially play Varus 3 from this spot, but as you can see, we got no offensive items. We've just got all defensive items. The orb gives us another Varus. We finally hit the Xayah. We're kind of running out of gold here, running out of time. I decide to sell everything. I'm going to commit to the Xayah comp. I'm a bit slow with the placement. Should have put it in the Sejuani there, but we put the Protector's Veil on Hecarim. This is BIS Hecarim. I try to put the Bramble Vest as well, but they jump up at the same time, and it actually goes on Rakan. That is a bit of a feels bad moment, and we end up losing this round. We are taking a couple of losses now, but we've got so much health, it's perfectly fine. I did sell the other Varus, so I'm basically committing to Xayah here. I decide to roll. We hit the Itis and the Zippy. There's another Itis. I don't know why I don't buy that Itis, because you can definitely play Itis before you get Shyvana. I've got the Skarner in, so he doesn't need to be played at all. The thing that I am missing is a Jace, which is what I realize here, and I finally hit the Jace, and we put him in, and basically we've got pretty much the comp, except we don't have Shyvana and we don't have the Xayah in just yet. I think 2-star Varus is better than Xayah until you get Xayah 2-star. And as you can see, without even Xayah in, we're still able to win some rounds. Our comp is very strong. We've got an upgraded Hecarim with double Protector's Veil. We've got an upgraded Rakan. It's pretty strong. Anyway, here's the Treasure Dragon, and isn't this perfect? It gives us a Rage Blade, and it gives us a Last Whisper, and we hit the Xayah. Remember, we got Nico on bench. Now, I really want to save Nico for Shyvana, so I roll here to try and hit the final Xayah. And do I hit anything? There it is, and we hit the Itis. So now we definitely play the Itis. I do think before playing it, but we definitely play it over, what's his name, Yasuo. We don't need Yasuo, and I guess I decide to play it over Sejuani and decide to keep the Bard instead. And as you can see, the item is the best item, a Shimmer Scale item for Xayah. It is Draven's Axe, and we're going to play Rage Blade, Last Whisper, and Draven's Axe. And we've got the Zeeks as well with Better Together, really good. This is a perfect item for Jace, so we put it on Jace, and we put the Bloodthirster on Jace as well. And this is exactly why Astrals in the early game is so good, because it gives you so much gold, it stabilizes you in the mid game, and to hit the Xayah comp, it is a very good comp, but it requires a lot of gold to hit, and the Astrals is what allows you to hit it, and this is why the strategy is working so well right now. There's not much to talk about for the rest of the game. Here we are at 6-1 leveling to 9. So as you can see with the 2-star Itis, 2-star Hecarim, 2-star Xayah, we are stable enough to go level 9 and find that Shyvana. I do roll it down for Shyvana, but I don't hit her at all. Fast forward to stage 6-5, we decide to roll back down again, looking for Xayah. Still can't find it at all. I think I remember getting a little bit frustrated. Can't find the Xayah. Where is she? I just want that one. We finally hit it. I decide to pivot, use the gold from Idis. Boom, we hit it instantly. Finally hitting that Xayah too. And we just go with blue buff, JG, and redemption Xayah, and we're in a top 4 situation against this guy who is ridiculously strong, and he's high rolling out of his mind. We're doing pretty well as well, but this guy is on another level. I believe we get completely destroyed because he's got the best final end game unit in the game in Alshin 2 with basically BIS. Anyway, getting to the final fight, there's not much we can do here. I could sell my board for Bard 3 maybe. I don't think 3 Mystic over this Yasuo will do anything. This is the final fight. Look at his board. It is ridiculously strong. Ours is also very strong. But I guess he's got that Idis 2 and that Alshin 2. It's just way too good. Alshin is just going to one-shot my whole board. Oh, look at that damage. Everyone is dead, and I actually get one shot from 28. My plan was to roll next turn for Bard 3 or something 3-star, but we just got one shot that round from 28, which is kind of ridiculous. So just to finish things off, the game I just showed you, I managed to get a really good win streak. I think it was up to like 8 or 9 win streak. That is not going to happen every single game, but the idea is you're trying to play Astrals in the early game to maximize your economy and then get the Astral units upgraded. Preferably it is a Varus 2. You manage to get a Varus 2, this will stabilize you in the mid game and allow you to go fast 8, and hopefully when you go fast 8 you'll then have at least 40, maybe even 50 gold to roll. And if you have 40-50 gold to roll on level 8, there is a very high chance you're going to hit a large percentage of this comp, whether that is just one Xayah, a 2-star Xayah, or you know, most of your units upgraded and a Xayah with a Xayah 1. Xayah 1 is pretty good to stabilize you as long as you've got that Xayah as well, and you've got your Hecarim upgraded, you've got your Jace upgraded, your other units upgraded. You don't necessarily need that Xayah 2. Obviously Xayah 2 is absolutely fantastic to have. Also remember, you are going to be contested. This is the highest played comp right now. You are guaranteed to be contested, so make sure you scout and see how many Xayah players there are, and if there are multiple Xayah players, are any of them gonna die anytime soon? How many Xayahs do they have? And if they are gonna die soon and they've got 3 Xayahs, maybe wait to roll, wait for them to die and then roll, and then you got a higher chance of hitting that Xayah. Another thing to mention is, remember, Bard will increase your odds of finding legendary units, and so he makes it easier for you to hit Xayah. So if you hit a Bard, try and find a way to play him in your comp. I usually just drop Sejuani to play Bard at level 8, just so he can farm me those odds to give me those increased odds of hitting that Xayah. Before you hit Xayah, you can definitely play Idis though. Idis is a really good replacement. There's also Zippy. I think Idis is a lot better than Zippy though. Zippy is a very inconsistent unit. If you do have Guild Emblem, however, Zippy is not too bad. But I generally think Idis is your best option before Xayah. And also, if you do hit that one Xayah, you kind of got to make that decision. Is Idis 2 better than Xayah? And it will kind of depend on your items and the matchup, but you're just going to have to make that decision. Anyway, have a look at this game I had. It was an absolutely insane game. I dropped down to 2 HP. Looked like I was going to bot 4, but we managed to hang on. And then eventually, at stage 6-5, we hit Xayah 3, and look at my front line. I still have a Jace 1-star. This guy's got an Alshin 2, so I wasn't sure if I was going to win, but surely this Xayah 3 is good enough. Let's have a look. And we go for the Zephyr on Alshin, but this guy is not that stupid. He moved his Alshin at the last second. We do manage to Zephyr the Jace though. That's one less knockup we have to worry about. We get the stun from Hecarim on the Alshin. In comes Shyvana with the knockup. Alshin's yet to cast. He's almost dead. Oh, he's cast it. Boom! We take down the Alshin. It's now a final 2 situation. He's going for Zoe 3 or potentially a Psalm 3. So here we just have to roll for Jace. There is a Zoe. I just missed Zoe there. Oh, but there is a shop with Psalm, Zoe, and Jace. So surely he does not hit. He's down to 0 gold. This is guaranteed to be the final fight. So he does not hit. And we're going to be looking to... He's got a Zephyr as well, which is what I'm worried about. You can see I'm desperately looking to scout to try and avoid the Zephyr. And we do move the Hecarim at the last second, trying to hit his Soam. We do hit his Soam, but he hits my Xayah. Both carries have been Zephyred. By the way, you can see that we have Twitch and Bard up 1 in terms of the hexes they're sitting at, and that's because he's got a Xayah. We don't want his Xayah to constantly hit my Xayah. Xayah got pretty much the same name, but that's Xayah 3. Easy win, or well, it wasn't very easy. We were dropped down to 2 HP, but we survived and we get the win.